Hey, Sohail, good to see you again.
Hey Akash, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been getting ready to send out my next newsletter, and it's something I've been reflecting on. It's a story that came from Warren Buffett about investing and trying to beat the S&P 500. He taught some students or investors, I should say, to not pick funds over the market. Um, and anyway, it kind of led me to think about a couple of companies that I've worked at, and I looked at their 10 to 15-year returns. And what I came to was like a really big difference in terms of leadership style, uh, the business strategy that was in place at these two companies, and the one that I think followed, for lack of better references, a strategy that might fit in with Jim Collins' work or Peter Drucker's work. That company really, and invested in talent as well, really has had a tremendous amount of success. And the other one has kind of wavered around. And it kind of gave me, like, when I was, it's like forest and trees. Like, I was in the trees when I was there. I recognized good leadership at the first company, but I probably didn't recognize that they were going to have a 20-year growth trajectory that's just amazing. So I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, that's a really great point. Like, I think that when you're in it, right, when you're working at a company, especially when you're new, it's not always obvious what's going well and what's going poorly and how that's going to contribute to that company's long-term growth.
Yeah.
But over a period of time, and sometimes this can take months or years, you start to develop a point of view. You start to say, hey, this company is doing this real thing really well, and it's going to create competitive advantage in the long term. But sometimes it takes for you to see a competitor doing it really well when your employer isn't. And all of that just takes time. And I think the question really becomes, how do you get really good at being able to tell what's working and what's not really quickly? So you can inform your career decisions, you can inform the growth strategy of the company.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious sort of how you've gotten better at that as your career has grown.
And I think everybody's different. And I think for me, it took different experiences to get there, trying different companies, learning about different leaders, learning about different business strategies, obviously reading about it extensively, and then seeing the result. Um, Now I feel like I can recognize it really quickly, because I've seen so much. And I use it in a way where I think it can help quite a bit, right? Versus a way of being critical. Um, and frankly, I think that it makes me a better consultant, but it also makes me a better business leader. I don't know how you've seen it manifest for yourself.
Yeah, no, I think that the point you made about getting better over time has happened for me as well. And the way it's worked out for me is, I've been in lots of different industries, retail, e-commerce, healthcare, consulting. And I think that the more you see, the better you get at pattern recognition. Large companies, small companies, the diversity of problems you see allows you to very quickly see when something's working and it's not working. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I like the work I do as an independent consultant, because I get to see so many different situations. And then when I walk into a new client, I'm able to tell, wait a minute, there's a clear problem here, and they should consider doing this differently if you want to be successful. So I think just seeing a lot of different things and building pattern recognition over time has made me better at it.
Yeah, yeah, and we talked about this a little bit, but for people in their careers right now, I would say, be aware of it. I think it's good. You're going to be building a skill that is extremely relevant for you for the long term, and I think more so than the contrary, I would think that people want to hear your thoughtful ideas about how to make it better. So
So
thanks
once
for
you know
conversation.
what's cooking, right, you need to raise your hand and share your perspective as
Yeah,
quickly as you can.
exactly. It only makes the place better, and I think that that's the sign of a healthy environment, frankly. And I think that's the right way to be. Um, well, good. Well, this was awesome. Let's continue the conversation next week. Thanks, Sohail. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Bye.